Hello and welcome to yet again another episode of Keys and Bricks, real advice for real estate decisions. This is our 8th episode and we are glad that we've come this far. Remember, Keys and Bricks is powered by Brilliant Elite Homes, who are the main sponsors of the podcast. Brilliant Elite Homes is a real estate company focused on selling, letting, and property management. For more information on what Brilliant Elite Homes does, kindly visit our website www.brilliantelitehomes.com. Before we dive into today's topic, and even before I introduce the topic, we'll just do a brief recap of our previous episode. That was episode 7. In episode 7, we were privileged to host White Horse Developers, and they took us through some of the amazing projects that they have done in Kileleshwa, Kilimani, and Lavington area. And we have this amazing project by them, Fountain, that is good for investment. We have apartments going for 5 million, 7 million, with a flexible payment plan because it's an off-plan project. Kindly catch more of this on our episode 7 show on our YouTube page. Our YouTube page is Brilliant Elite Homes. Don't miss out. So today we are privileged to be hosting TeamEnvironment.
Thank you.
TeamEnvironment is a company that we are so keen on partnering in so many things, especially regarding environment. So kindly introduce yourself and tell us more about TeamEnvironment. Karibu.
Thank you so much, Lorraine, for granting us an opportunity to be on set at on the Keys and Bricks show. We are glad and grateful. My name is Matthew Ochanda. I'm the Executive Director of TeamEnvironment Kenya. TeamEnvironment Kenya is a national environment and conservation movement. We pride ourselves as being the trendsetters in conservation on our mission to keep Kenya clean, green, and breathing. And you see, Kenya has homes. Kenya has communities. And that is our point of convergence to ensuring that we really realize that through our collaboration that we are just about to start and to grow and scale to the highest of heights. Thank you.
That's great. So your organization has completed more than 30 projects. Could you highlight one or two that directly connect with real estate or urban spaces?
Thank you. Indeed, having been conceptualized a while back, around 2017, that's when we were coined and put together, and this journey have we worked. And so we have been together, my team members, to at least 34 counties in this republic. We've been to as far as Marsabit, Wajir, Isiolo, just to mention but a few. What have we gone to do? We have gone to do environmental education. We have gone to do afforestation and greening, and ensuring that the communities, the cities, our towns, as far as I've mentioned, are clean and green, and therefore making them habitable for human habitation. Yes.
Oh, interesting. So how do these projects impact communities, especially in terms of livability and property value?
I would want to say at that point in time is that the livability, property value, the difference between Eastlands and Westlands, and therefore Karen, and the leafy suburbs of Nairobi. I don't know why they call it leafy. I would want to outrightly say it's because of the green nature and aspect, which we seek to bring in the places where the greenness does not exist. And therefore, the livability of, a clean, a green environment is not just habitable. It is also healthy. It is serene. It has got everything that anyone would want to have a serene environment. And technically or otherwise, it has an almost organic or a natural effect to its cost. What a property costing at a place that is less forested forested, to mean less vegetation, less green in an arid area, would cost half, if not much more, than a property that will be found in a leafy, in a green, in a clean,
yes.
and a green, well-kept environment.
Yes.
So it goes without saying that you can value add your property wherever you are, to ensure that the value of it increases. The surest way of value adding a property as a real estate developer is to green it, and it can go as far as into the I want to call them not skyscrapers, but in the flats. You can beautify, just increase the value of your apartment by putting maybe flowers or green vegetation on potted vessels in your balcony, or even for indoors plant, and it has a way of just increasing the value of your property. Yes.
Okay, that's interesting. So in your own opinion, what should property buyers and developers pay attention to environmental sustainability before even someone thinks of investing in it?
I would want to say, if anything, the environment within which you choose to invest or acquire property has to be anchored on how viable is that environment. In the recent past, a year or two, we had homes and households being ravaged by the honor of nature. Nature has a way of taking its course, in the sense of, unfortunately, because of either ignorance or proper advice and having scarcity of land, beautiful developers, development company have gone to invest in places which they either did not know, and if they knew, they overlooked. Athi River was a mess 2 years ago, 3 years ago, where we have extreme rains and palatial, beautiful homes were submerged. And therefore, it's usually vitally imperative to consider which place am I investing. There are people who have constructed in riparian areas, and therefore putting their investment and the people that are going to procure or buy those properties really at risk. It's those are things that not just property developers, but investors should be able to do due diligence on, to ensure that the place they are acquiring or developing is suitable for human habitation, so that they are not affected by either the natural occurrence or human activities of whatever kind, improper waste management, lack of sewer systems, just to mention but a few.
I remember, was it last year or the other year, when there was a lot of flooding, especially in this high-end estates. We witnessed Runda, Garden City, areas of Garden City, flooding, homes being submerged, and the owners had to actually go to hotels.
True.
Yeah. So in your own opinion, do you think that was due to the drainage system? Because if you look at that area, location, you wonder, why did this happen?
I will tell you why it happened. It's unfortunately or fortunately, with growth and development that we are rapidly experiencing in the many parts of our great city, Nairobi. Nairobi has become shortly a concrete jungle. Naturally speaking, it has it that when we experience much rains, what needed to have happened is that it's also an undoing with our local county government institutions. Our waterways, our drainage systems have been clogged and blocked by infrastructure development that not supposed to be there. So we have these structures along the highways, along the roads, that have gone into blocking the waterways. And for the palatial homes in Runda and Kilele, I was there. I witnessed some diplomatic homes around the area of Karura Forest. They were submerged. And so, because the water was looking for its way, and it couldn't be able to find. But also, most importantly, is that the clearing of vegetation in many places in Nairobi and its outspans, we don't have enough vegetation. Ordinarily, you need to have, whenever you have enough rains, it's with the trees are able to capture the rains, and enable them to the much waters on the ground to percolate on the ground. And so when we have less vegetation, what do we have? We have runoff, lots of water that speeds on our highways. Mombasa at some point was extremely flooded. Because definitely of lack of sufficient, not just drainage systems, but also sufficient vegetation that would allow this water to naturally get to the ground, and therefore not ravaging homes and houses. Because that was very unheard of. But also, the much rains we experienced were as an effect of the reality of climate change.
Yes.
It is a factor that we should be able to discuss in the subsequent discussions. But climate change is real. And with the change of climate, should we be able to determine how properties are developed?
Yes.
Property development, we cannot do property development in the way we have done before. So much so that we can have in the lowland areas, for instance, before you put up a structure, just in case it is a lowland area and the floods would come, can you have the foundation of that house significantly raised, so that we have for instance, a basement that would serve as or the ground floor serving as a parking lot, first and second, so that when it rains, ideally it's not the houses that are destroyed, but maybe cars which you can repair or buy more. So those are the dynamics that need to come into play when developing a property. Yes, thank you.
Wow. So I'm just looking at the effects of climate change, and you see, we have not, I don't think people have taken into consideration that even when I am building, even for example myself, I buy land somewhere. When I'm building, I don't think about the rains coming and the effects of the climate change. I just build. So I think it's important also to educate the public on these things. Let it come out on the public, because first of all, what TeamEnvironment Kenya is doing is very great, amazing.
Thank you.
But now I think this information needs to come out. It's educating, because some of us, we litter garbage everywhere, not knowing the effect.
Sure.
And that effect comes when it rains. We close up drainage systems, and it affects us.
It does.
So I think it's there. I don't know how you'll do it, but
as TeamEnvironment Kenya, we are so determined to ensure that people are aware and cognizant of the fact that you cannot live the way we lived 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. With the experiential happenings that we have had, I mean, it goes without saying that it is for us to change. It's been said, just like the road, the driveways and the roads that we've had passing through National Park and the expansion and tarmacking of Karura Forest, for instance, the pathways, and it is really not about the road it is us who have invaded the natural habitat. And therefore affecting the ecosystem in a way. So what I would want to say is that we have strategically positioned ourselves to doing environmental education and awareness creation. That's why we really appreciate our anchoring in the real estate establishment and company, so that people are really able to be advised. And climate change is versatile. And for instance, in places where it's extremely hot, you would want to use roofing structure, wall structures that are have a coolant effect. So you can adopt aspects of greenhousing to ensure that you don't have to use the natural the light, electric light, when you can use natural light. Proper waste management, being able to properly sort your waste from the house, being able to reuse, repurpose, and recycle waste, as it were. And so that aspect of circularity in our production and consumption, utilization. SDG, I think it's number 9, responsible production and consumption will be able to a very great extent, help in mitigating the effects of climate change, and therefore being able to make our homes and houses habitable, not just for ourselves, but for the communities around us. Because if I don't properly manage my waste, it will go downstream.
Yes.
Not just affect another household. You remember we have aquatic life. Litter and waste, it will go to Nairobi River.
Yes.
To before you realize it's at the Indian Ocean or Lake Victoria.
True.
Where from you get our fish for our consumption. So the effect, you can think it's not with me here, but I have a brother in Mombasa, I have a cousin, I have, and they'll be affected downstream. So I should be conscious on how I live my life here, taking into consideration aspects that will contribute towards the effects, the negative effects of climate change. Thank you.
Interesting. Our viewers, I hope you're learning something. I hope we are learning. Let's not litter.
Sure.
Let's be cautious about our environment. So, Matthew, another thing I would bring up is, from your experience, how can developers integrate eco-friendly practices without making houses unaffordable?
How developers can adopt eco-friendly practices.
Yes, without making houses unaffordable.
I would say without blinking, it's outrightly possible. In this day and age, we have had great entrepreneurs, great property developers who have adopted and embraced sustainability in their development. And they are using building blocks from waste material. And in this regard, I mean bricks. Some of it are made from plastic waste, glass waste, just to mention but a few. And so rather than going into the earth and extracting sand and hard rocks and really processing bricks and blocks, they have used what is readily available and have processed it and have compacted it into building blocks. And they have used for making tiles, for instance. They have used them for making door frames. They have used for making the parking lot and the pillars that will be able to sustain a structure. And even the roofing structure. So aspects of sustainability. Another thing which you can do in your homestead, in your development structure, is being able to harvest or harness resources as ordinary, as cheap as, for instance, water that would use for irrigation. And therefore, that goes to a long extent to significantly reducing the cost of a property. I would want to give a classic example. The most expensive, not really most expensive, one of the expensive aspects of construction definitely is power or power grid. So there are people who that we use for heating water, for shower and other domestic use. So there are people who have gone into establishing, for instance, biogas. There are people who have gone into establishing solar panels. So I don't necessarily have to use KPLC. It's natural light. In these places where you have a solar power and inverter or converter, that may be, that alternates. So that instead of like credit card on your phone, every other day or week or month, you look at your, like, it's depleting. This is natural light.
Yes.
It's tapped by the solar panel on top of your roof. And it's with the use of it, it's not limited to what extent you can use. There are homes that have swimming pools on their backyard. They are solar powered. If you would be using the KPLC tokens, I mean, it will cost you an arm, a foot, and a leg. I know of a household in the leafy suburbs of Nairobi whose bill, electricity bill per month, is 300,000 shillings.
Wow.
Believe you me. And I can show you a clip for somebody reporting in Kitusuru and other places, because some of those places also fairly green. And in some places in Karen, there are homes that the environment is extremely green. So much so that even whatever time of the day, they'll have to have their lights on. So that to have their homes lit. So such are the challenges. And so there are various aspects of sustainability that can be incorporated in property development and real estate that would significantly reduce the cost of a property. Yeah.
Interesting. So do you see government policies or community-driven projects pushing developers toward greener building standards?
Yeah. Government policy, yes. And certainly this will be to the elite homes, unfortunately. Elite home developers. To ensure that they really live up to the standards. And such as NEMA organizations have worked around to ensure that services like waste management, for instance, we have companies that have been contracted to ensure that waste generated from gated communities is properly managed. And therefore, that being one of great aspects. Also, aspects of drainage systems, for instance, and having shared amenities of green spaces, schools, institutions, and therefore being able to ensure that the standards are kept to definitely for their use, their children and their different households. And for communities, mostly the middle class, it's been certainly a tall order because some of those government policies have not exclusively worked in their favor because of definitely the tough economic times that they live in. So much so that some of them, whereas they are the highest generators of waste from their homesteads, they don't have the financial power to pay for a certified garbage collector. So what do they do with their waste? They gather it over the weekend, in the middle of the night, they trash it in some other undesignated place. And I'm grateful to the Chief Officer Nairobi. He has really been around scouting and doing away with illegal dumping, and which had become a menace and a significant contributing factor to the many environmental hazards we have had from outbreaks of diseases, floods, drainage being blocked, and all. So it's a thin line. Definitely, I should say the high class people, they have money. I mean, they have sufficient disposable income to be able to procure those services. But the middle class and the low class, their waste is not their responsibility, and that's what you're trying to reset. To letting them, you know what, my waste is my responsibility. It ought to be. And in our space as the TeamEnvironment Kenya, we have this philosophy that it just depends on the lenses with which you are looking at life. For us as TeamEnvironment Kenya, waste is not waste. Waste is of an extremely valuable resource. All you need to do is to sort it at source. NEMA came up with a policy the other day to have institutions and homes establish, have 3 different bins, yellow, blue, and green. For biodegradable waste or organic waste, kitchen waste, for obsolete waste, and for that which can be recycled, can be reused and repurposed. The one that is obsolete, definitely you gather it and it can be repurposed, can be reused, can be recycled. The one that can be recycled, you certainly can, you gather it, mostly plastic or even glass. I have a friend of mine called James with Kiseki Limited. He does glass recycling. You will see him during our conference. He has picked these glass bottles from liquor, for wine, for beer, for whatever. And he has transformed them into reusable glass. There are those glasses that he has turned them into chandelier, into bulb holders, into,
Wow.
repurposing waste. Glass waste is one of the most challenging waste generated in many places, that many people have never known how to reuse. And this friend of mine who is a team member, I'm really grateful to have him on board. He will be able to showcase. It's definitely a huge investment he has done, but I will tell you, it is the best thing that because it's not a space that has been ventured by many. And then now for the organic waste, you can use it as kitchen feed. You can use it as... Yesterday, somebody sent me an image on my WhatsApp of a country. I don't know where that was. They are literally generating. I saw a car, whereas we are into EV, electric vehicle mobility. This one, they said they are generating biofuel, engine running fuel from organic waste. Wow. There are countries that literally import waste. So I think what we need is policies are good. We have they say Kenya has got the best policy.
Yes.
Policies.
Yes.
Not policymakers.
Not policymakers. Yeah, true. Policies.
But the implementation matrix, the will to ensure that those policies are able to come into play, therefore benefiting the citizens, as it were, on the communities. That has been the missing link. And there are many questions where enforcement of those policies also comes at a cost, will be a bit strained. But what we just need is to reset our different thinkings, that my waste can be my responsibility. Somebody reached out to me yesterday and said, you know what? I don't know, you got my contacts, where it's like, I'm so-and-so. We are into paper waste recycling. We would be more than glad to buy paper waste from you or from your organization, from your networks. And this is one of the many that I have received. So waste is not waste when sorted at source. It is a valuable resource. It has sustained lives and livelihoods. There are people who you tell them about a job and employment, they'll tell you no, thank you. Why? They have ventured into entrepreneurship, and theirs is for exclusively waste management. So being able to package it in tons, in whatever quantity, they took it to a place where, and they are given money, and not just money, but good money for that matter.
Interesting. I think waste is one of especially a big challenge in the middle class estates, because you find we have these waste collectors. Like we say, we tell ourselves, waste is not my business. So we don't even care to find out how this waste that you're collecting from my house is going to be disposed. Yeah. So we've had is it a matter of affordability? Because we pay for waste collection, but do we bother to know where this waste is being taken to? You know, I think it starts from us.
Sure.
If I can be able to interview my garbage collector and ask them, okay, you are taking this waste from me, where is it going to end? I think we'll also be doing we'll be doing much more to ensure that this waste ends up in the right place. I've seen Mr. Green. I don't know if you know Mr.
Yes,
Green.
I do.
Yeah, Mr. Green. Well. I've seen him do an amazing job in waste management. Especially there's a time I've seen, like in our estate, he was even recycling now used oil. He's put up containers whereby if I have used oil that I no longer want to use, I go and dispose it there. For instance, there was Coca-Cola that partnered with also the estate, and they put a dumping site for plastics. So if more companies would come up and do this from the estate, then we'll have a friendlier environment.
Yes.
Or what do you think?
Absolutely. And I incidentally, maybe you did not know, I was part and parcel of the establishment and the installation of the of the plastic cages donated by Coca-Cola. And through the estate management, Imara Daima, Mr. Job Mwangi doing a commendable job. The previous year, they received an award from is it Kenya Estate Associations? And what they do simply is to ensure that the estate is kept. Every household adheres to the bylaws that the estate has lived by. So this can only be realized. We mentioned about Mr. Green and Coca-Cola. Sustainable Development Goals, number 17, partnerships and collaborations. When you generate waste, for instance, and who is going to be the recipient, it really makes life easier, effective and efficient. It's called the value chains. And therefore, Mr. Green being able to pick the plastic waste, to recycle, repurpose it into many other things. But even the real estate development, I have a partner, we trusting God to do a project with them. Over and above the bricks and building blocks, they're also doing eco-poles, eco-posts. Ordinarily, we have cut down trees to secure our homes, and houses. Concrete poles are damn expensive, and therefore the coming in of the eco poles made from plastic recycle really comes in handy to supplement in this quest and venture. 20th of September, for your information, is the World Cleanup Day. It's a day that's going to be commemorated globally, but I've always said, you know what? Every day should be a cleanup day, because you don't wake up to not to have dusted your table, your front yard or your backyard for 3 days, 4 days before you realize it will be a mess. So we are looking to commemorate this day by conducting a cleanup activity in our community, hopefully. And the theme of this year's World Cleanup Day is has an aspect to fashion and cloth. Some of us have our drawers, our cabinets, with full of clothes, some of which we don't use, some of which And so after giving out, and you have used the much you can do, you can just use one or two to use as a mortar. But how do we dispose our cloth waste? It is another greatest menace to ensure that people have taken clothes that they no longer use to children's homes and to the less fortunate. But after they have been used there, they also will be waste at some point. So that has been also a missing link to get a company. We talked about glass, we talked about plastic, we talked about food, we talked about paper. Who recycles our cloth waste? And cloth, it gets into the drainage. Technically, it's blocked. Because it is stuff that it technically will take time to decompose. It sucks in a lot of water. So there are those dynamics that are at play. But through partnerships and collaborations, shall we be able to realize this? And as the Keys and Bricks and Brilliant Homes, Elite Homes, anchored on SDG number 11, which is sustainable cities and communities, through our joint venture and collaboration, shall we be able to enlighten the communities to these dynamics, so that they can really know, so that when it happens to them, they're like, at least we were told. And also getting to know really, really, really where your waste collector takes your waste is vitally imperative, because you might just be conspiring with, you have done your bit to segregate your waste at source. You have delivered, and you are paying for these services, only to have them go and mess up the environment. Then it backfires on me. So it brings in an aspect of proper follow-up, monitoring, and evaluation, to be able to know that this value chain really is complete, to ensuring that the end use or product of that waste, seemingly that was whose source was your house, is not into our waterways, is not into our homes, is not into our environment, that will boomerang on us Thank you.
Yeah, true. You've heard, guys. Let us know where our waste goes to. It's
Sure.
your responsibility. You pay for these services. So let us follow up and know and ask these questions. Where is our waste going? So maybe we're almost winding up.
Sure.
How can partnerships between organizations like TeamEnvironment and real estate players create more sustainable projects?
Thank you. Nothing happens out of an environment. Everything and anything happens in an environment, and that environment has to be conducive. And so our partnership and collaboration is important. We've talked about after a real estate developer has done their thing, they go to this leafy suburb, this green environment, they quote unquote mess it up to put up this magnificent building. So we come in to help out with landscaping and give technical and logistical advice on how they can value add on their property. We'll be able to advise you on how to get for you. We can get for you. We should be able, we have them in stock. Grass that would be for your front yard, for your backyard, beautiful flowers, or for indoors plants, and for your balcony, and for urban dwellers. We have aspects of it's called kitchen garden. Kitchen garden, and it can be in as small as the size of this table, where you're able to plant your kales, your garlic, your ginger, in the smallest of ways, your spinach, your salad, your so that you can supplement your kitchen output in terms of, in that we'll be sure that we are food secure. We also have technology called hydroponic, a system that is established to ensure that you're able to have a little kitchen of sorts. It has an aspect of beautification, but most importantly, being able to supplement or make provision for your kitchen supply. And in that regard, you are guaranteed of not just good food, healthy food, and most preferably organic, knowing that you planted it and you're able to watch it grow. So our partnership and collaboration is definitely diverse to ensuring that you properly manage your waste. You're able to have the right advice on, even for instance, you have to have done your beautiful home, and we can supply you. We should be able to offer you greening services of your backyard, of your front yard, for fencing trees, for trees that are suitable for your beautiful homestead. We can give you on great ornamental trees. So being able to give you technical advice on how to green your beautiful environment, if you definitely are on in your own compound, or even in your farmyard. But then just to finish is that tree growing is equally a viable venture. To planting not just trees but fruit trees, and in this regard we mean the ones that have been grafted, whose value has been enhanced, so that in 3-4 years time be able to have a harvest of your own, tangerine, oranges, fruit, apple, and all and on. This list is endless. If you're looking for an environmental partner, and we here will sort you out through partnerships, collaboration. So yes.
Okay, if you were to leave our listeners with one key piece of advice on balancing real estate growth and environmental responsibility, what would it be?
Real growth
with environmental responsibility.
Yes. Real growth and environmental responsibility.
Yes.
There is need. We are living in very trying times, difficult, I should say. So much so that any available piece of land anywhere, somebody would want to put up anything for their either commercial or use. So real advice, so that you can ensure that your investment is not to waste. Please go do due diligence. Ensure that you have relevant paper work that you need and require from the relevant agency and organizations to certify your establishment, that place is not riparian, that place is not under the power lines, is not along the road reserves. There are people who, I don't know, in terms of ignorance or they have gone and done a huge, in fact, there are 3-4 years ago, I don't know if you might privy to it, but we also had others in Athriba the other day. People had constructed under the flight path.
Flight path?
Yes, in Utawala. Palacious homes and houses. It happened very recently. And homes and houses, some of which were on mortgage, were put down.
Wow.
It was devastating to watch. Homes, people that had lived all their life to have this establishment. For once, they were like, we have a home of our own. We are no longer tenants. Were brought back to zero. So that will ensure that your investment does not go to waste. Being able to do your due diligence and also having the right partner, real estate, authentic developers to ensure that your investment doesn't go to waste. People have lost millions in agencies, organizations that post like they were real estate partners, only to realize that they were a scam. And so authenticity is important. Take your time to just do diligence to ensure that all the paperwork is in place. But more importantly, nature does not forgive. If you find yourself on its pathway, having gone visiting, it shall return and reclaim its pathway, and you might be rendered homeless. So take care of the environment, starting from your home and your house, and definitely you're the outside of your house. Then shall you. So what I'm calling on us is to endeavor and ensure that we live in harmony and at peace with nature, and it will be able to reward you for your kindness. Thank you.
It's interesting how these topics correlate with each other. You've talked about riparian land, just people building or where they have not done due diligence and they end up losing their property. Recently, we did a topic on due diligence and title searches.
Sure.
You see, guys, going back to that, we said before you even purchase any property, land, go and do a proper search on the title. These things are there in the registry, in the land registry. You'll find this information when you're doing title searches. You'll know that this is riparian land, this is a flight way, and all these things come. And remember, we said before putting your investment into any property, if you can't do the due diligence or the proper due diligence by yourself, contract an advocate. It will save you.
Sure.
You are hearing of people losing palatial properties because of a mistake that would have avoided. So we are still emphasizing, as we invest, as we buy property, let us do proper due diligence. Our work and our main aim at Keys and Bricks is for us to educate you and give you good advice, real advice, even when you settle on that property. So don't forget. Don't forget.
Sure.
Lastly, Matthew, we have an interesting event that is coming up, and we are excited as Brilliant Elite Homes to be part of this amazing event. Maybe you can welcome our audience to this event.
Yeah, thank you so much once again. It's been an awesome just to engage on this particular very, very important subject, because it's near and dear to my heart. I subscribe to the Christian faith and I study my Bible. And so God, when he created us, humanity, he knew very well where we are at, and that we'll need a shelter. Instead of, this is brilliant, this is wisdom, this is God. Instead of putting them, you see, created Adam and Eve, and ordinarily would have taken them to a home. He put them in a garden.
Yes.
a garden is an environment.
Yes.
And a beauty one for that matter, with trees, seated rivers flowing. It is, all that goes with a beautiful park, as it were. And so that brings us how important, not for God, houses are good, but they are good for you and me.
Yes.
But what is most important to you and to God is the environment within which you live.
True.
To the upcoming event, I want to say that we are glad and extremely privileged to be hosting our third edition of the Sustainable Development Goals month. It's the Sustainable Development Goals definitely for you. Just in case you did not know, they have a backdrop from the Millennium Development Goals, which ended in 2015. Then we started the Sustainable Development Goals and since then, these are global agendas that countries around the world seek to realize. And one or two aspects of it is to ensure that we significantly reduce poverty, hunger, we ensure we have good health and well-being, quality education, and sustainable cities and communities where housing is domiciled. SDG number 11, amongst many others. We are championing for SDG number 13, which is climate action, and life underwater at SDG number 14, and life on land, SDG number 15. So on the 8th and 9th, we are privileged to be hosting a 2-day conference. It's going to be a very dynamic engagement. We are seeking to host people of different walks of life, different sectors, public, private, institutions, schools, at the Strathmore University, where we shall be having this conversation. And I want to really register my appreciation to Elite Brilliant Homes to have been our strategic partner to ensure that this word is out there. And they'll be there to give you real advice on real estate investment, how to ensure that your investment is safe and secure, and that you're able to live in a good, clean and green environment. So please, you are invited to exhibit with us. We will glad to have you as a panelist on the different subjects of discussion around sustainability during the 2 days. We shall have exhibition slots and stands. If you have something you want to market, we'll be more than glad to onboard you to ensure that we give an amplification of what you are doing. So you have a great marketing platform and just a moment of engaging, interacting with great minds. We look forward to having the Minister of Sports, Minister of Youth, Diplomatic Corps coming through. And this we are doing in partnership with the National Youth Council, a conduit of the government arm that really supports youth initiatives. So we shall have youth from different sectors who will be coming to showcase their innovations on different aspects of sustainability and environmental management, as it were. So it's going to be on the 2 days, 8th and the 9th. That will be on a Wednesday and Thursday. Friday, remember, it will be the Mazingira Day. We also look to have an event or an activity in collaboration with Elite Brilliant Homes. So be sure to check us out on our different social media platforms on X, formerly Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and LinkedIn. It is at TeamEnvironment Kenya, and you'll forever be grateful to have been part of this initiative. Thank you so very much.
So guys, the date is 8th and 9th of October. Diarize that. And another date that we have learned today, 20th September, World Cleanup Day.
Yes.
Let's come out and clean our environment.
Sure.
So thank you so much, Matthew, for being with us.
Guys,
I want to introduce you, not even introducing, I want to remind you of a project that we have, a property that we have that has green spaces. It's a co-working space. You work in an environment that allows you to think even broadly because of the environment, the way we have very green spaces around. This is To Work, co-working spaces. To Work is located in Lavington area. It is designed for freelancers, startups, creatives, and businesses. So it is a combination of productivity, networking, and modern amenities in a vibrant and collaborative community. Why would you choose to work? Number one, you find focus. It's calm, inspiring work environment. Connect and grow, because we have a community of professionals who have come in all together working from the same place, the same environment. We have modern amenities like high-speed Wi-Fi, breakout zones, event spaces. The prime location is in the heart of Lavington. We have outdoor and garden spaces. We have a terrace bar that you can just go and relax. We have we offer virtual memberships and parks, and we have day passes. We have nice desks, nice offices, and well built event spaces. So for more information about to work, don't forget to call our number that is on the screen, or send us an email on sales@brilliantelitehomes.com. We have been privileged. It's been a privilege. It's been a very good communication. And just hosting Team Environment. Team Environment is a very busy people. When we call them, they are maybe out of town doing this, doing that. But today, we are happy that we got to host them on this show. So let us look out for more of this. And even whatever you mentioned, like the home garden, it's something that I want you to educate us more, because I know there are so many people who want to have small gardens. Mm-hmm. Some live in apartments, flats, and they do not know how to have this. Mm-hmm. So I'm really looking forward to having that and just showcasing what we can do with our spaces. So guys, this has been Keys and Bricks, real advice for real estate decisions. I have been your host, Lorraine Ashimosi. And don't forget to subscribe and watch our previous podcasts on Brilliant Elite Homes YouTube page. We are also on Facebook as Brilliant Homes. We are on Instagram as Brilliant__Homes KE. Till next time, see you.